Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Franco Band, Chief Press Officer in Maserati and BeTerrific.
I'm Michael Artsis at the New York Auto Show for BeTerrific. Thanks so much for joining us. We're at Maserati. Jeff, some really cool new stuff and a Centennial Color Special Edition car for the GT.
It is, yeah. The Gran Turismo convertible has been an incredibly successful car for us. So it's Maserati's 100th anniversary, and we were 100 years ago established by five brothers in a shop in Bologna, and specifically built to take road cars and turn them into gentleman racing cars. So the car you see behind you is a certain type of blue that is representative of Bologna. It's the color of the city, and the car remains the same. It's a full four-seater. It has a Ferrari-built 4.7-liter engine with 454 horsepower, and yet you can fit four people in it comfortably. So it gives you the best of both worlds.
And then what about the Quattroporte?
Quattroporte is all new this year, and has been really spectacular. That, along with the Ghibli, which is a mid-size sedan starting at $66,900, are cars that are more, let's say, artisanal in nature. These are cars that have Ferrari-built engines. They have Italian leather interior. You see a lot of hand stitching, and yet you can get them in almost any city in the United States. The service is the same. It's very much a car that is for those people who like to fire their car up in the morning, not so much start it.
So the Ghibli, is that pronounced correctly, by the way?
That is correct, yeah. Ghibli is a name that we've used. A lot of Maseratis, we began the tradition in the industry of using different winds and global winds. So Ghibli is a hot wind that comes off the Sahara, and it's an iconic car, one of the most celebrated designs in the 1960s was the Maserati Ghibli. It was a car that Frank Sinatra owned, that Sammy Davis Jr. owned, and Wilt Chamberlain, which demonstrates a little bit about Maserati in the sense that all three of those folks could fit in the car comfortably and enjoy it.
I was going to say, there are a lot of athletes who are friends to BeTerrific. I have a lot of athlete friends. Most of them say I can't fit in any sports cars, but apparently they can because
They can.
Wilt fit in.
Yeah, Wilt fit in. You're not getting much bigger than Wilt Chamberlain, and that was a 60s car. But no, we do get a lot of athletes actually in our cars because a Maserati is key. Here's an interesting fact. The first time everybody uses the term GT and Gran Turismo, etc., that is the actual name of the first Maserati road car. That was actually the name of our car, and what that means is a car that is a very high performance threshold, but it's grand, that's comfortable, that's luxurious. So we do get a lot of people because the proportions of the car are fine. The Quattroporte is a very large car. You can fit five people in it easily. The Ghibli, the same thing. And as we mentioned with the convertible or the Gran Turismo Coupe, you can fit four adults. So, yeah, we find a lot of people really appreciate it. They want the performance, but they don't want to be inconvenienced with a very small size or different doors, etc.
Beautiful cars, beautiful cars. The Ghibli, I want to fire the car up. That's what you said. That's what I want to do.
Sure.
I'm a guy who doesn't want to look at it. I want to drive it. I mean, they're beautiful,
Yes.
but I want to get in and pound on the gas. How fast is a 0-60 time in the Ghibli, and what are we talking about top end?
0-60 in the Ghibli is 4.9 seconds, and top end it does about 177. So
That's all you need.
yeah, it's a very fast car, and the Gran Turismos get up to 185. And for us, these are cars. It's not so much. There's a very famous quote about one of our race engineers that said, it's one thing to build a fast car. It's something entirely different to build a fast car that's easy to drive fast. The essence of a Maserati is not so much that it's capable of going at a very high rate of speed or cornering very well. It's that it's very sure-footed in doing so. The cars are designed to be high-performance cars architecturally. They have all the electronics you'd expect, but the componentry is a lot of use of aluminum, and they're built to be driven naturally well.
Well, and I think the thing is that they're comfortable. I mean, I can't tell you a nicer feeling than living in this area, sitting in traffic, which is the worst thing in the world. When the traffic opens up, you can plow through everybody, and you're very comfortable sitting in that traffic, which again is the worst thing in the world.
You're comfortable and you're enjoying yourself, enjoying the fragrant Italian leather, but when it opens up, you can quickly leave your troubles behind.
Right, and it's great.
With style.
With style, without a doubt. And it's great for traveling in the New York metro area, but taking road trips as well, where, you know, other cars are not as comfortable for hours on end doing that. Beautiful. I like the price point. $67,000, I think, is obtainable for a lot of people, and makes it a very reasonably priced. You get a lot of bang for the buck there. Quattroporte, where does that start?
The Quattroporte starts at $100,000. We've introduced for the first time ever for Maserati all-wheel drive, and it's a very unique system. It has been, if you read any review about it, it rates with any of the other systems from Audi, BMW, etc., and yet it's only 132 pounds total. So the weight balance of the car is not modified at all. The cars have huge trunks, but it starts at $100,000, the Quattroporte SQ4, that's the all-wheel drive. It's got a twin-turbo V6 that you can get 25 miles per gallon on the highway. And again, it's designed and built, it's designed by the head of Ferrari racing, Formula One racing engines for the entire Schumacher era, and built at Ferrari. So what that means is not it's a very high-strung engine. It means it's an engine that creates power very easily. And it's actually very low-strung because it's under stressed. We could do a lot more, but we don't in order to maintain that reliability.
It's a gentleman's sports car, even in a sedan. Now, we can sit here and talk tires and brakes all day long, but the reality is the car stops fast, it goes fast, it handles well, it corners well. Let's talk about the other technology in the car that excites people these days that's so, you know, awesome.
Sure. One of the things I think you'll find in a departure from Maserati, a lot of people wonder why Italian cars are beautiful, and what it is first of all, Italy is a cradle of design, and you find form following function, and that's very much the same thing with our cars. We don't have a wheel to control all the different things. We've got a touch screen because we want it to be very simple, very elegant, the use of beautiful materials. But what we don't want to do is make it feel like you've got to have a pilot's license to get in the car.
I think everybody at home watching this right now wants to hug you and the folks at Maserati, because I think there's not a person out there who doesn't get driven crazy by those wheels. They were originally designed for simplicity, yet somehow they are harder to use than the space shuttle.
Right, and that's the point, is you're taking your eyes off the wheel, you're taking your eyes off the road, and again, there's a lot of what we find in the auto industry is there's a lot of one-upsmanship and trying to, you know, come out with the latest new gizmo, and that's a different place than we want to be. Again, the Italian tradition is about being unique, having a sense of occasion, making sure that you're not being seen everywhere in every corner. You're not just another black car, so to speak. And so we don't need the type of volume, but we have the ability to put the type of technology in it and have that level of authenticity. Again, with a partner like Ferrari and being within the Fiat Chrysler group, we have an incredible amount of capability, and it's all melded into Maserati, which again has its tradition as being really the inventor of the Grand Touring car.
Well, I was going to ask you how that partnership is going. I think it's been tremendous, at least from the fan and consumer side and the car driver side, but I was curious what you thought, but I think you just answered it, because the reality is that the Chrysler Fiat Group and Ferrari have let the brands all continue to be themselves and haven't changed them, and I think that's nice here.
Yeah, no, that's exactly it. There's all separate management, and all it is recognizing there's an incredible, it's almost a dream stable of brands out there, and you can go in almost any direction. And it's something that all manufacturers do. There's a lot of global sourcing happens in every car. You can look at a Honda that might have a similar part to a Volkswagen, and it's because that part is made very well in Austria or Brazil. So what we have done with Maserati is maintain all manufacturing in Italy. The engines, again, are genuine and built at Ferrari. The leather's Italian. They're designed by Italians. They're built by Italians. But all of the things that one might have had concerns with about reliability, about where can they service it. All of those questions are removed and answered so that one can have a unique experience and enjoy it and not have any of the concerns.
A reliable Maserati. It's amazing. It looks beautiful. It sounds great. It's comfortable. What else could you ask for? He's Jeff. I'm Michael. This is BeTerrific, and we're at the New York International Auto Show. For everyone at BeTerrific, I'm Michael Artsis. Thanks for watching, and keep up with the rest of our coverage here from the New York Auto Show. BeTerrific.